name is Surojit Guha. I'm a singer by profession. I live in Chennai, and I've been associated with alternative therapy for a long time. The Healy came to my hands approximately a year and a half, a little over a year and a half ago, and I'll get straight to the point as to how um, this device has helped me in which areas specifically it's made a significant change for me and my family. So, starting I find the Healy to be an extremely intuitive diagnostic tool. And without making it sound like it's some kind of a medical product, it's able to understand uh, where you stand in terms of your health, where you stand in terms of your stress levels, and even can describe to you the kind of stresses which you seem to be in at that point of time, which really impressed me because there was no way that uh, I had not shared this information. So, for a machine to tell me this, there has to be something very uniquely diagnostic about it. It's also very, very uh, therapeutical. I've found that it has come in handy for many of my small to large medical events for me and my family. And thirdly, it's very preemptive. Let me explain what that means. Uh, a good doctor just explained to us in one of the testimonies earlier that it can sort of predict what's about to happen to you. So I was using this. There's a program in the Healy, which is called the All Healy program, which is a diagnostic kind of a tool, which tells you um, specifically what are the kinds of issues that you may be facing at this moment, and the kind of programs that can help you during the week to sort them out. So this is a weekly kind of a diagnostic tool, and I've been using the Healy religiously every day on a regimental basis for me and my close family. And in the early stages, when in one of the diagnoses, I checked and saw that I had a skin issue. And it came under beauty and skin. And I said, hey, I'm a senior citizen now. What do I do with my skin? What do I do to improve my skin? I ignored it. Frankly, I thought, I would have been happier with something more profound in the diagnosis. And so I dismissed it. In 3 days' time, I had a skin patch on my chest, and it refused to leave. And then I started using Healy. Initially, when I saw it, it didn't strike me that I had been warned about it from Healy. So I checked up with my homeopathy doctor. I went to my allopathy doctor, and I used some ointments. Nothing really happened. And then I realized that the Healy has been telling me for the past few days to look into that. So I did. I ran the program, and then couple of days it subsided. Being a singer by profession, I have to perform, uh, you know, under rather stressful conditions, a lot of, uh, odd hours of travel, cramped up, travel. And after doing a really exhausting program, in the middle of the program, when I took a break, I I collapsed in the sense that my legs gave way, and I didn't realize what was happening, and I had to be helped to my room, and I changed. I had to come back for the second half of the program, and I was on a wheelchair, and I was supposed to sing Kishore Kumar on a wheelchair. So I don't know. I didn't have time for anything else. It was adrenaline which pushed me through that program. It came to my rescue. But when I went back to the room, I collapsed again. And I woke up in the night feeling miserable, not knowing what to do. I called up my healer. I was about to call up my doctor. Then I realized at 2 o'clock in the morning, what do I do? What will they tell me? They'll tell me to go to a hospital. And my organizers, I can't call them at 2 o'clock. So I turned to the Healy and I didn't know what program to run. I just took a chance and did an aura analysis. And I found that my aura strength was in 40s in terms of percentage of strength. So I ran the aura program and in 20 minutes, I went to sleep. When I woke up the next day, I was fine. My legs were fine. I packed my bags and flew from Ahmedabad to Indore for another show. This is not the only time that the Aura program has come to my rescue in the middle of performances. You see, what it does is the program is able to tap into various stress levels. You may have a fantastic aura. Like today, my aura strength was 95%. I should be happy, right? I have a huge aura. Can you see it? However, even within a strong aura, you can have stresses which, if you don't take care of them, they only get compounded as you go along. Just like you need to take a bath every day. If you run the aura program every day, you cleanse your aura and you get rid of anything which is blocking you in terms of your progress, in terms of your thinking. It removes stress. So if you have the Healy, please do run the aura program. It's amazing. Every day. Let nobody tell you anything else. Run it every day. There's another program. I also use the maghealy extensively. My father, who's 91 years old, suffering from dementia, I can't give him the Healy electrodes, because I won't really agree with him. So I use only the vibration programs of the Healy and use the vibration. I use the maghealy extensively for him because I can place it on his stomach or on his back, depending upon what program it is. And for my father, he had because of his age, his kidneys had also started failing, and his creatinine level had risen to 2.5. I'm talking about a couple of years ago. And then Healy had 2 or 3 wonderful programs in McMecken and water activation, and even now in the new Meridians program in the Healy, there is something on the kidney, and I started using all of these every day without fail because that was one issue. And as he was getting older, it was more difficult for him to get out and see his doctor. So, today his creatinine has come down from 2.5 to an average of 1.6. I don't have to take him to a kidney specialist these days. I've been able to spare him of that. He came out of some life-threatening uh, issues which were nothing to do with ailments. There was a physical injury while he was having a nasal tube inserted. It caused bleeding. And we did some procedure. Everything went off well, but he was so weak as a result of the blood loss from that little incident that he had a heart attack and he stopped breathing. And I thought that was it. I had he survived. Somehow he managed to breathe on his own. And for 12 hours, I worked the Healy on him. I got a couple of Healys and a mag Healy. And in parallel, I also did some Healy for myself because I knew that I had to be strong and I had to look after him. Within 3 days, he was out of the ICU and he was in the regular room. Within another 3 days, he was out of the hospital and back at home. And within a month, he is better off than what he was when he was taken to the hospital. The doctor herself was amazed. She was a family physician and a very close friend of ours. And she was saying, it's amazing how quickly this thing turned around. I said, the Healy is a cause, for the Healy is a cause. This is the reason why, my father survived at this age. And there was also another incident when I used the Healy and the maghealy on a lady who was running on her 100th birthday, and she did pass away. 2 or 3 weeks short of her 100th birthday. But her daughter and son-in-law were holidaying when she suddenly had some kind of a gastrointestinal bleed, and that was not stopping. And her grandchildren said, "We're not going to do anything invasive. Why don't you sing to her? She loves your song." So I came over there armed with the Healy and the maghealy. She was in no position to listen to me singing, but I took permission to capture her energy. And I said, "If you don't mind, can I work on her?" And they said, "Yes." And I worked on her. And the next day I called up, very scared. And they said, "Granny is now sleeping peacefully. Her bleeding stopped the very same night." The next day I got a call from them. I was really, I was quite scared. And he said, "Granny has woken up. She's sitting in the bed and asking for breakfast." She lived for another 2.5 weeks, by which time her daughter and son-in-law came back, and she was able to speak to them and spend some quality time with them. And she finally passed away 2.5 weeks later on the breakfast table while having some energy drink. So it was a miraculous kind of a comeback for her. I mean, she had only hours to live. Nobody in her family had any hope that she would survive. Um, some of the other programs, the animal programs, I've got cats. I wish I could buy uh, the the straps and the animal programs, the pink cap ones, but cats you can do nothing about. They are too frisky. So I have to use only the vibration programs in the blue mode. But every week on a Sunday, my 6 cats are healed by me, and in between, if any of them. So I have to use only the vibration programs in the blue mode. But every week on a Sunday, my 6 cats are healed by me. And in between, if any of my cats have a problem in terms of they're looking a little down or they are not eating well, I run the Healy program on them. I run 2 programs for my cats. The Aura program, fantastic. If you haven't tried it on your pet, please try it, because it tells you what's going on in their heads. Of course, a lot of things you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because I mean it talks uh, about things which you really can't correlate.